What's up, guys? Jay Hazeltine here. Got my homeboy Zach Hummel.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Mr. Shred. Look at this shit. We are about to hit a little bit of a knockoff Lunge here at Iron Valley. So let's get to it.
Word.
About to hit about, what is it, 0.2 miles?
Yeah, but we might even come back down. You never know. You never know.
See how froggy we're feeling. It's been a long day. We might put that work in.
Oh, yeah.
So Zach, we're here at the Iron Valley. I want to hear some of the ups and downs of starting the gym. It's been so relatively recent since you started the gym. It seems like, I mean, being in the gym, this is my first time here. It feels like the gym's been here forever, at least a couple years, and it's been open for what, a few months?
Yeah, 4 months, man. So I'm gonna start with just, I guess, I'll capitalize on some of the downs. Some of the downs of opening a gym, it's taken away a lot of my time as far as like time with family, time with friends. Especially when I first opened, I was pulling legit, bro, 18 to 22 hour days at the gym, getting it open, getting it started. It's a 24/7 gym.
Sacrifice.
I was sacrificing everything, you know. It was a lot harder than people think it is. Everyone's like, I want to open a gym because I want to work out all the time. Actually, when I first opened, it's been till like right now, like literally like 4 or 5 weeks ago, bro, before I've actually started training full capacity back at 100% again. So I've been spending so much time making sure I had everything for the members and growing the gym that way. So that was definitely one of the downs. Another one of the downs is I lacked capital. So basically, when I first started, it's been a blessing ever since because we profited since literally day 4. But that was a down coming into it, anxiety, nerves, you know what I mean? Knowing that I literally put all my eggs in one basket and I had to succeed.
I mean, you were coming off, both of us, coming off getting laid off by a company called Muscle Farm. May have heard of them. So that was, I mean, it was a risk in itself starting the gym, but coming off of being laid off, you're like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna take a huge risk and start a gym. So talk about that.
Yeah, so I got fired from Muscle Farm, so they brought me out here. Obviously, you know, 9 months prior, I cut my pay in almost a third of what I was making in the coal mines. So when that started, I had like drained my savings and shit, you know. I was living a little bit more lavish when I was in the coal mines. I was spending more money, and I had a hard time rolling that over into when I was working for Muscle Farm. So my money was just going boom, boom, boom.
So it's like sacrifice after sacrifice. You first sacrificed to take the Muscle Farm job because you saw the long-term vision, and then that got cut, and then you're like, fuck it, I'm making another sacrifice and start a gym.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, dude, I've literally been risking the biscuit. I've been risking it to get the biscuit since I've been out the motherfucking womb. Literally, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta be willing to take chances. My thing is, I'm not afraid to fail. Like a lot of people say, we talked about on the Firecast today, being afraid to fail. I'm actually not afraid what no one else says about me. Because at the end of the day, I literally look at this, I put the greater vision, looking at the greater grand scheme of things. No one makes it out alive anyways. We're all gonna fucking die. And so many people are worried about what other people think about them. Usually if someone's talking shit about you or saying something about you, I shouldn't say if, it's always. If they are talking shit, if they're looking down on you, casting shade, they're below you.
I mean, most people that are talking shit about you, they're envious of the work that you're putting in and the position that you're in. They want to be where you're at.
Yeah, so this more downs is sacrificing it. But what I lacked in capital, I made up in hustle. So I made the gym happen, man. I made it work, and now we're up over 100 members and we're profiting every month. But something I talk about, if you are opening a gym, here's a quick knowledge bomb for you guys. If you're opening a gym, you're not opening a gym for Zach Hummel. When Jay opens a gym, he's not opening a gym for Jay Hazeltine. He's opening a gym for his members. So since day 1, since this place started profiting, I've been putting directly back into the gym. Everything I make goes directly back into the gym. My income goes from my one-on-one training at the gym, my apparel line, and from my online training.
Just like any good business. I mean, if you're, especially in the startup stages, if you're taking all the profits and just going out and blowing them, long term, you're not gonna be there long term.
You ain't gonna make it,
and back to the Muscle Farm, I think on a large scale, that's kind of what they did. On a much larger scale, was they didn't really put the money away or spend it very wisely. So, like you said, invest it back, and it's gonna come back in huge returns. You gotta have the vision. You gotta know what you're doing. Zach's vision is so fucking clear that nothing's gonna stop him. No sacrifice is too big for him to
Absolutely,
take.
And that's what I was even talking, today about, bringing on extra, hiring a full-time video guy. Content Joey, who's behind it right now.
Content Joey, what up?
He's an intern right now, and he's sacrificing working a full-time job, then working for me part-time. The kid's working 18 to 20 hours a day. So he's sacrificing, he's doing what it takes, and he's going to reap the benefits, as my website comes, and my subscription-based bills, and the gym bills. Joey's going to be paid accordingly very well for his hustle. So he's laying his groundwork right now, and I'd be even willing to sacrifice money out of my car. I was even telling Joey, he'll probably be making more money than me at one time being my video guy, because I'm willing to, because I know he's gonna progress me into the next level. I'm thinking long haul, I'm not thinking short term. Too many people why small businesses don't grow is because all they're thinking about is that immediate satisfaction, getting that money in their pocket, going on vacations.
They don't be hood rich.
They want to be hood rich. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about no rims on my car. I'm just grinding. I'm looking for that big house on the hill kind of thing.
Yeah, we're thinking so fucking long term. It's like, cool, we can win today, but it's like in 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, we're gonna win so big because of the vision and also the delayed gratification. It's so key in so many areas of life, not just business. I mean,
but it's like anything, diets, relationships, like how many people have been in relationships for, how many people out there have been in a relationship for 6 months to a year and a half? You're in the honeymoon phase, you know, from up to a year and a half. It's the honeymoon phase. It's everything after that. It's work. It's hard. You know, if you're just searching for that honeymoon phase all the time, you have a hard time ever keeping relationships. So it goes with everything. If it's hard, if it's challenging, it's worth it. If it's easy to get, it's just like a one-night stand. If she's easy to get, she probably ain't worth it. Knowledge bombs,
I'm gonna drop in knowledge bombs and the ones you knock off,
motherfuckers.
At Iron Valley, Barbell.
Let's go.
What up?
Let's go.
What up, content Joey?
So some of the ups of the gym, I was kind of worried going into it because there's been like 10, 12 gyms in Indianapolis that have failed already. Gyms sort of like mine. So I started calling around. Hey guys, how's it going? Your gym still open? I knew they wasn't. No, I'm not open, blah, blah, blah. We're closed. Oh, what happened? Well, they kind of told me that I had treadmills in the front. I couldn't compete with LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness. I'm listening to them and I'm so business smart. Didn't even know it at the time. I'm like, you dumb fuck, you can't compete with LA Fitness.
Like subconsciously, the wheels started turning. Like these dudes are trying to compete with Globo gyms, and those Globo gyms are so volume based. You can't compete with them when you're a small waist gym. So
absolutely. So anyone who's gonna be in the gym, listen to this. Find your niche. What I'm trying to say is, these guys are yelling at the people for slamming weights because the people on the treadmills are bitching about it. The people on the treadmill, or people who are slamming weights are bitching at people on the treadmills because they're getting in the way. So what I said, if I'm opening the gym, I'm gonna make a hardcore fucking gym, a gym that's gonna suit guys like me. So I'm gonna build a gym around people like me, people like-minded, people who are trying to achieve bigger goals. You know, people are trying to, not that I don't like people coming here just walking on treadmills, but that's not the demographic I'm even searching for. I'm searching for the more serious athlete, the more serious person. Whether they even be, you know, someone who's trying to get in shape, but they take it 100% serious. They don't want to be at LA Fitness, an air conditioner, getting towel service, taking pictures and sending to their boyfriend.
Exactly,
You know
getting fucking complimentary pizza after their fucking
Yeah,
workout. It's just completely different. I mean, you have to have a niche in whatever you're doing. Like us with our social media brands, your niche is more so the powerlifting, the strength stuff. My niche is more so the weight loss, the bodybuilding, the shredded stuff.
Absolutely.
Even though Zach's shredded as fuck right now. You gotta have your niche no matter what you're doing, and a gym's the same way. Zach knows what his niche is and he goes all in on it.
Capitalize on it, yeah. So you guys see me real shredder right now. For those who don't know me, if you came from Jay's page or just following us on YouTube now, I am the powerlifting guy, the strongman guy. I squat 720, deadlift 700 for a double, and bench 465. Those
What
are
up?
lifts. Competition lifts, I've totaled 1,800 and 180 non-sanctioned, 1,775 in sanctioned.
Let me put a thought in there real quick, because a lot of people that hear that, if they don't follow your background, they think, oh dude, this guy's just naturally gifted. He was naturally born strong. And that's honestly what I thought when I first came upon Zach through Corey and Dustin. And I was like, man, this dude naturally gifted. What were you benching when you first started out in the gym?
Yo, my first day at the gym, I benched a bar and 2.5s on each side, 50 pounds for 3 reps. I was the weakest kid in the gym. So,
I think that's so key, man, because a lot of people, the young kids that are listening, they may not be the strongest, they may not be the most gifted genetically, and you can still make it. You can still do whatever the fuck you want.
guys, it goes back to I said, if you're lacking on capital, this is business, but I capitalize on hustle. I was lacking on genetics. I was lacking on natural strength, natural talents, but I made up for it for hustle.
Oh, knowledge bomb, baby.
Dropping bombs in this motherfucker.
And you would spend 8 hours some days in the gym just studying. We had this conversation in the gym earlier today. He would sit there and just study how people would squat, deadlift, and just see what they were doing incorrectly and really just spend the time, put the time in the gym. And that's why he's reaping the rewards now.
People always ask me, Zach, why you spend 8 to 10 hours in the gym on your only day off in the coal mine? Or even when I was in school, I would get out of school, whatever, I'd spend from 4 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, till 9 or 10 o'clock at night, watching it. I would lift, and I just hang around, maybe do abs or just goof around, try not to act too suspicious, but just watch everyone lifting. Whether they were stronger than me or not, I was just studying the human body and seeing the way it moves. And I was like, and I started picking up on some, deficiencies and some things that people were doing correctly, and I picked up on the strong guys and what they were doing. And I started carrying that and, educating myself, like, okay, a short guy needs to be here on his deadlift, a tall guy needs to be here on his deadlift, you know what I mean? I started picking up on all that, and that's what's actually, I think, progressed me so much more. It's just spending time around the craft. So many people want to read in different things. It's never better than hands-on. Being in the mud is
It's like business, bro. Like people want to go to school and read books and learn how to start businesses. Like you got to just get into it, get in the dirt.
You just gotta go. Yeah, you can't. There's really nothing a book can, a book can teach you, I guess, the outline of it.
Yeah.
But until you actually get inside and start digging around, searching, that's when you really find it.
Yeah, and I think that's just so key because we talked about this on the Firecast. If you guys ain't tuned into the Firecast, check it out.
What are you waiting on?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Like people to see where you're at right now, currently, they don't see all the work that went into it. You see these professional athletes, you don't see all the time. Some of them are naturally gifted, obviously, but they put the time in too. Zach, see him squatting 700 pounds. Just think, man, dude's just naturally gifted. Fuck, man, I wish I was like that. And they don't see the 8 hours you're spending each day sitting there watching people fucking lift.
Yeah, going back to the squat, I benched a bar with 10s on each side for 2 or 3 reps at 65 pounds for 2 or 3 reps. Now I squat 720. My 3 reps like 705 or something. Or
I think it comes back to the whole vision thing. We touch on that so many times, but it's so fucking key. Like if you didn't have a vision and knew what you really wanted, it may not have been as clear as it is now, but you still had a pretty clear vision. That's what fueled you and motivated you and pushed you to be in the gym for that long. Absolutely, I knew that someday, when I first started, my goal was never to prove, my vision at the time was never to prove nobody wrong, but just to beat myself every single day, trying to make my way to that 135 pound bench, that 225, then that 275, then that 315. And I got addicted to that. I got addicted to that feeling of just self-achievement. Setting goals and achieving them.
Yeah, it's like not even trying to compete with nobody, just beating myself, not trying to compete, just self-achievement every single day. And I grew from that. And then it grew into something like, whoa, people are watching me. So now I see as people watching me, they start saying, hey man, you're really motivating. My goal was never to inspire nobody or like, I was never aspiring to be a pilot or nothing. My goal was just to try to keep getting better. So whenever that happened, I'm like, holy cow, I really have something. I'm spreading positivity in the world or in my peers, in my community. Let me capitalize on it. I really like that feeling of helping others. So.
And it just so happened that fitness was your outlet to be able to do that. And now it's obviously fucking passion, but helping people and helping people progress is obviously your biggest passion, it seems like.
My greatest passion is helping others succeed, helping others, bringing the best out of anybody, no matter if it's the gym or outside the gym. But that's my true passion. But it took going to the gym every single day to figure out what my passion really was. Like I truly love the gym. I love it more than I love my own life, right? But my true passion is, enhancing the world, helping make other people better. And I couldn't do that without the gym.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. Like I said, that's your outlet. You need an outlet to be able to do that. There are some people out there like Tony Robbins, that's all they do is just motivational speaking, but I feel like something led up to that. And you gotta have something to carry you and be able to build people up to be able to have that following, quote unquote. Now you have that and you're able to motivate all these people and so forth, which is just awesome.
It's just super cool just to be in the situation I'm in right now. Even so, it's such a, if I look at the grand scale of things and where I really stand in the fitness industry and where I am now, when it comes to like knowledge and willpower, I don't put myself next to nobody. Like I feel like I've put in the work. It's just now time for people to see me. Kind of like right now. That's why I'm just now starting to really put myself on camera. I went 11 years training to put myself on camera.
It's dark times.
So it's like I went through all that grind, all that mud just to get to where I'm at now. And now that I'm at where I'm at now I feel like I can give back to you guys, where if I was only training for 6 months, I wouldn't say, hey, let me put me on camera, let me tell people shit.
This dude's level of knowledge is absolutely untouchable in the fitness industry at such a young age. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, again, coming back to before I actually knew him, I just saw the Instagram videos. I didn't know the level of knowledge this dude had, and the time that he put in, like we talked about, I thought he was just naturally gifted, naturally strong. Turns out he put all this time in studying, and he's got such a ridiculous level of knowledge that
thanks, man, appreciate it.
You can hardly even grasp it. I mean, it's motivating for me, and I'm sure it's motivating for everyone else. One last thing I wanted to touch on, because it's something we touched on the podcast, is seizing opportunities. People think we're lucky because we're so close to Corey and all these things are presented to us. So touch on that a little bit, seizing the opportunities, because my own opinion, I think everyone throughout their life are going to be presented with opportunities periodically. You just got to be able to seize them. So
yeah, I think a lot of people, they neglect to even see them. They might say like, maybe Corey, or even I tell guys all the time, like, hey man, like I remember some guy, no disrespect, but a guy DM'd me, or hit me up, he's like, hey man, will you DM me and tell me how you open your gym? I said, no, you can follow me on the podcast, you can follow me on YouTube, or you can show up at my gym.
Yeah.
You show up at my gym, I'm gonna give you my time. You keep knocking on my door, I'm gonna give you your time. So he has to see for himself to seize that opportunity. Corey and Dustin told me to come up and train, or to compete at Old School Gym at powerlifting meet, and I knew putting myself in front of those guys, not only did I know I was a good person, I knew my shit, I was humble, And at the end of the day, I knew I was strong. I knew I could impress these guys. I knew I was gonna come and ball out. I knew I was gonna come and show up. So I seized that opportunity. Just like the other day, Joey and I both, Joey seized the opportunity. We had to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, drive 3.5 hours to Columbus and film content all day with Jay and Corey. But we put ourselves in the right position to succeed.
And touching on kind of just what you talked about with the confidence that you have now, I think your confidence is so high because preparation breeds confidence. Dude put the time in. If he was trying to front, he wouldn't have the same confidence that he has right now.
Yeah.
Dude is so uber confident because he put the time in, he prepared. Preparation breeds confidence.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just I don't believe in cockiness. Cockiness means I'm better than everybody. No, it's just like I'm confident in my ability. Like I don't think I'm not gonna humble myself down and say, oh yeah, Jay, you're just so much better than me. You know, I don't think someone asked me today, who's your favorite powerlifter? Zach Hummel. I'm my favorite powerlifter. I am because
I love it.
I believe in myself and I'm confident in myself. You know, I don't glorify no man. I think we're all equal. So that's just how I present it. And I think you guys should think the same way. Don't glorify me. And at the end of the day, it's like you can be just everything I am. I hate when people say, I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna be just as good as you one day. How more? I won't look as good as you. No, be better. Look better. Be the best you can be. Because you may be limiting yourself. Jay, if you say I want to be as strong as you one day, I said, Jay, you can be limiting yourself. You can be stronger than me. Don't look at my numbers. Look at your overall goal. Try to set it so much higher to me.
That's why I really like what you say about competing against yourself. That's something that really stuck with me, honestly, because I've always been competing against everyone else. And honestly, like the whole competing against yourself thing is so key. You're gonna get so much further because if you're competing against everyone else, you're gonna put yourself down and so forth. And you're just gonna keep going backwards. Whereas if you're competing against yourself and no one else, you're really gonna realize how far you're progressing. If you're looking back a year back from now, for me, for example, if I look back a year, it's crazy how far I've come. The year to date, it is absolutely unbelievable. And if I was comparing myself to Zach or someone else, it may not look as good. But if I know how far I've come, so I think that's so key, man.
Yeah,
it's just like
work can even be a limiting factor. You know, you could like look up to me and say I want to squat, 405, just like Zach squats. Say I squat 405, I want to squat what he squats. But your body's able to stand 500, so you can be limiting yourself. So it's just like you should always just set your own goals and keep beating yourself every single day, because the best you will always be the best in the room.
boom. Let's leave it at that.
Boom. We're out of here. Thanks for having me, Jay. It's been great. Dude, that was